Hey, Sports World, this is another video, Sports with Psycho Sam. What a crazy weekend, huh? We had some wild games, some upsets in college football. We had Tyron Woodley choking out Darren Till, and we had some crazy Sunday football games, and that Monday night game, the Jets and the Lions, was crazy. Was not expecting that game at all. Let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about, I'm going to do the top 25 in college football, the games for that. I'm going to go over all the games from the weekend with my predictions and which picks I got right and which ones I got wrong. And then we're going to get right into week 3. So, we have number 5, Oklahoma against Iowa State. We have Kent versus number 11, Penn State. We have number 18, UCF versus UNC. We have number 21, Miami versus Toledo. We have ECU versus number 13, Virginia Tech. You have UCD versus number 9, Stanford. Okay, and then we have Vanderbilt versus number 8, Notre Dame. Then you got Gasso versus number 2, Clemson. We have BYU versus number 6, Wisconsin. We have number 12, LSU versus number 7, Auburn. All right, that's a big one right there. I think that's going to be a really good game. Some SEC football right there. Then you have number 14, West Virginia versus North Carolina State. All right. You have number 17, Boise State versus number 24, Oklahoma State. Another good matchup right there. That's going to be a really good game, I believe. Then you have SMU versus Michigan. You have San Jose State against number 20, Oregon. You have number 1, Alabama versus Ole Miss. You have MTSU versus number 3, Georgia. Okay, and then you have ULL versus number 16, Mississippi State. And then we have number 4, Ohio State versus number 15, TCU. That's going to be another good matchup right there. Number 22, USC versus Texas. That's going to be another good game. I know Texas isn't ranked, but still believe that they're going to come and play USC as hard as they can. Number 10, Washington versus Utah. Then we have number 23, ASU versus San Diego State. All right, moving right along into the predictions and the games for Sunday or just the weekend period. So we had the Ravens defeating the Bills 47-3. I had the Ravens winning that 23-10. I thought it was going to be a lot closer of a game. The Ravens really showed me something against the Bills. Bills looked terrible as well, though. They didn't have no quarterback play. They ended up subbing Josh Allen in for Peterman. And I believe Josh Allen is going to be the starter for next week. They should do a lot better with him. I never thought Peterman should have been in there in the first place. I don't even see how he's an NFL quarterback. This guy threw 5 interceptions last season in his first start in just one half. Not even the game, the fucking first half. Like, come on now. That's ridiculous. I don't even see how he's still there. All right, and then we had the Steelers tying the Browns 21-21. My pick was the Steelers. I thought they were going to win 35-14, so I got that one wrong. That was a really sloppy game by the Steelers. I believe they had 6 turnovers. Denzel Ward looked really good on the Browns. Myles Garrett, they look great. That Browns offense did not look so great. Tyrod Taylor, he's got to do a better job. Yeah, they just got to get it going on that offense. Then we had the Bengals defeating the Colts 34-23. I had the Colts winning 23-17, so I got that one wrong as well. The Bengals looked a lot better than I thought they would, and the Colts looked a lot worse than I thought they would. Their defense isn't as good as I thought they would be. Andrew Luck came to play. He did a really good job. The Dolphins defeated the Titans 27-20. I predicted the Titans were going to win 27-17. Got that one wrong. That game was delayed several times. Could never really get into it like you would want to. The Dolphins just looked a lot better than the Titans did. Didn't really see much out of that game, though, from either team. We'll see next week what they really look like. And then you had the Bucks defeating the Saints 48-40. I bet nobody out there had the Bucks winning except for Bucks fans. The Bucks came out and were slinging the ball everywhere. They did a good job outscoring the Saints. No defense was played in this game. I had the Saints winning that 38-17, but I got that one wrong as well. So then we got the Vikings versus the 49ers. The Vikings won that one 24-16. I had them winning 17-13, so I got that one right. Very good defensively. Mike Hughes surprised me. Got that pick six. Pretty good. They look good on offense as well. Kirk Cousins came and played pretty good. Need to see more out of Dalvin Cook in the run game. The run game has got to be better than that if they want to continue to beat the upper echelon teams, the higher ranked teams. So, yeah, the 49ers did pretty well, though. I just didn't think they were going to beat the Vikings. The Vikings' defense is too good, and the 49ers' defense isn't that great. But shout out to DeForest Buckner. I thought he was going to do good. He got the 3 sacks. So, yeah. And then we had the Patriots defeating the Texans 27-20. I got that one right on the money. I said 27-20. Pats were going to win that. So I got the score correct on that one. The Pats just look better on offense than the Texans did. So, yeah, not much to say about that. We'll see more next week. And then we had the Jags defeating the Giants 20-15. I said the Jags were going to win 20-14. So I almost got that one exactly on the money too, just 1 point off. The Jags defense was just too much for the Giants to overcome, getting that pick six near the end there. And then the Chiefs defeated the Chargers 38-28. I had the Chargers winning 31-24. Patrick Mahomes came out and played a hell of a game. Not to say that the Chargers defense looked sorry, but they did. They looked terrible. Let him get out of the pocket, and then he was throwing bombs down the field. I'm not that sold on the Chiefs yet. I just think the Chargers defense is whack, in my opinion. Then we had the Redskins defeating the Cardinals 24-6. I had them winning 17-13. I thought it was going to be a closer game, more defensive battle, more of a controlling time of possession for the Redskins and everything like that. But the Cardinals didn't really do too much on offense. They shut David down, the running back. And then you had the Panthers defeating the Cowboys 16-8. I said the Panthers were going to win 24-17. That was more of a defensive struggle right there. Dak Prescott didn't look so well, and neither did Ezekiel Elliott. They're missing the guys up front there on that offensive line for the Cowboys, and they don't really have too many other options besides Ezekiel Elliott on offense. So they need to get their shit together. Yeah. And then you had the Packers defeating the Bears 24-23. I had them winning 27-23. What a fucking comeback by Aaron Rodgers and that Packers defense. Don't forget, there's three sides of football. You have offense, defense, and special teams. Don't forget that. Like, everybody's just saying, oh, this guy, Aaron Rodgers, he came back and won the game. Well, just imagine if the fucking defense and special teams weren't there. They didn't show up to play. You know, you got to do it on defense as well, and you got to do it on special teams. Everybody just wants to praise this guy, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, don't get me wrong. He did a fabulous job, and the receivers, they got open for him, and they got yak yards up the ass. Like, it wasn't just him throwing bombs down the field. The wide receivers were making moves after they caught the ball. And the defense looked pretty well. How about Khalil Mack, though? Wow, he came out and balled out. That Bears defense looked pretty fucking good from what I saw. They just dropped the ball in the second half. And the offense, man, the Bears offense, when you got that lead, you got to keep that lead. You can't fucking give the lead up. They did a horrible job in that second half by letting the Packers run away with that one. Jets defeated the Lions 48-17. I had the Lions winning 28-13. Wow. Must I say, wow. It looked like the Jets were going to go south after that first fucking pass. Sam Darnold threw a pick six. His first pass went for a pick six, and then after that he played lights out. Fucking Jets were all over the Lions. Matthew Stafford played terrible. Rams defeated the Raiders 33-13. I had them winning 45-17. Derek Carr, wow, he did not look great. The Raiders did not look great. They gave up a lot of rushing yards on defense. Gave up passing yards. They just looked terrible. Offense didn't get going. Good job, Rams. I really like that. Raiders are 0-1. Makes it easier for everybody in the AFC West. And the Broncos defeated the Seahawks 27-24. I had them winning 27-17. Go Broncos. Von Miller, my player of the week. 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 recovered. Had 7 total tackles. Like, the guy is a beast. Not much more you need to say. The Eagles defeated the Falcons 18-12. I had them winning 24-17. Pretty much a defensive game right there. The Eagles showed up to play. Falcons didn't. All right, so here it goes. These are my Week 3 predictions. So you have the Ravens playing the Bengals on Thursday Night Football. I got the Ravens winning that 27-13. I just think the Bengals aren't going to have enough on offense against this new look Ravens. The Ravens defense looked really good against the Bills. You have the Raiders against my Broncos. Whoop, whoop. I have the Broncos winning 30-17. All right, so I see the Broncos getting a lot of rushing yards in this game, and I see Case Keenum turning the ball over less. The Raiders aren't very good on defense. They don't really have a pass rush. I don't see them struggling to find open wide receivers against that weak pass defense either. So yeah, I got the Broncos winning 30-17. You have the Panthers versus the Falcons. I see the Falcons bouncing back in this game, and I have them winning 24-16. I just don't think the Panthers look very good in that first game on offense. They struggled against the Cowboys. And then you have the Chargers versus the Bills. I have the Chargers winning that 28-14. I don't like to say the Chargers are going to win, but the Bills look terrible. They look really terrible. They lost to the Ravens 47-3. Going into the next game, real big game here. Vikings versus the Packers. All right, I had the Vikings winning it though, 27-20. The way they played the Bills on defense, that's not gonna work against the Vikings. Sorry, alarm here. That's not gonna work against the Vikings, against Dalvin Cook and Kirk Cousins throwing the ball everywhere, and the Vikings defense is not going to drop off in the second half. They're going to be there all game. They have a really good defense, if not the number one defense still coming into this season. Then we have the Browns versus the Saints. I actually have the Browns winning 23-20. I don't believe in the Saints this year. The Saints, they got they lost in a shootout to the Bucks 48-40. I think the Browns' defense is much improved. Myles Garrett's going to be back there. And Denzel Ward looked great against the Steelers and their wide receivers. And then you have the Dolphins versus the Jets. I think the Dolphins are going to win that 20-10. I think that first game against the Lions are really terrible on defense. I think Dolphins have a better defense, and I see the Dolphins offense being better than what the Lions put out there. We have the Chiefs versus the Steelers. All right, so I have the Steelers winning this 38-35. This is going to be, let's see who can score more type of game. I don't see both defenses doing too well against these high-powered offenses. I just think the Steelers will have enough to put them away in this game. Then you have the Texans versus the Titans. I have the Texans winning 24-13. I think they bounce back against that good Patriots team. Titans, Delaney Walker is out for the season. Marcus Mariota is up in the air. We don't know if he's going to be playing next week yet or not. Then you have the Colts versus the Redskins. The Redskins are going to win that 17-13. I think Alex Smith is going to be much more of a time of possession controller in this game. He's going to, look to hand it off to Adrian Peterson, who didn't look bad, by the way. Adrian Peterson had 94 rushing yards. Didn't look too bad. Cardinals versus the Rams. I have the Rams winning 35-20. I think the Cardinals will do a little bit better this week, and they'll start to pick up on defense and offense, but I think the Rams are just too much on offense and defense for them to keep up with. And then the Lions versus the 49ers. I had the 49ers winning 30-17. Okay, the Lions look like shit, and I think they're going to be shit this year. New coaching staff, their defense sucks. Matthew Stafford doesn't look like the same quarterback. And I think the 49ers defense shows up in this game a lot more. And I think Jimmy G will have a better game than he did last week against the Vikings. The Vikings had a really good defense. Then we have the Pats versus the Jags. This one's going to be a really good game right here. I think that's going to be the game of the week. Tom Brady against the stout defense. I have the Pats winning that 27-24. I just don't think Blake Bortles is going to get it done. And it's iffy on Leonard Fournette as well. So I'm depending. They're going to have to depend more on the defense than their offense in this game, but I don't see that happening. I think the Pats win 27-24. The Giants versus the Cowboys. This is going to be another good game right here. I think the Giants are going to come back and win 24-20. The Cowboys, they look terrible. They look like confused on offense, and their defense wasn't that great either. I think the Giants are going to run all over them with Saquon Barkley, and I think Odell is going to show up again this week like he did last week. And the Jags' defense was a lot better than the Cowboys, and the Cowboys just don't look good on offense. Ezekiel Elliott wasn't good either, so yeah, I got the Giants in that one. Then you have the Seahawks versus the Bears. I think the Bears are going to win 28-17. All right. Doug Baldwin is going to be out for some time, and I think that pass rush of the Bears is going to be in the backfield just like the Broncos were. Khalil Mack's the beast. He'll be in there all game, put pressure on him, and I think the offense for the Bears is going to be better this week. So, yeah, those are my predictions. I will be going more in depth with the Bronco game tomorrow, the Raiders versus the Broncos. I definitely want to talk about that. And go ahead and like this video, share it. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. All right.